Did you know that 35 years old is the most important age in your life? Especially if you are a man, if you are a woman, it should be earlier. But 35 in a man is the most important age ever. I'm now 35 and I'm now realizing this is the most important age. I thought it was 30, but it's 35. So why do I think like that? So my life experience and my observation that I acquired till now makes me realize that we as men in current times, as we complete 30, I was thinking, for example, I was projecting my life to achieve financial freedom by 30 years old. But the thing is, I didn't achieve. So I didn't do the right things, right? Because when you come from a background where you were never rich, right? You never had enough. And so your background was never of any different than what you are raised to be. So you have to find out. So there's going to be way more mistakes when trying to pursue that, right? So since I started to fight for and struggle and go and try to achieve this financial freedom, and thanks to YouTube, of course, that's where I found my path. That's where I quit my 9 to 5 and I found my path. But things didn't go the way I thought it was going to be. So because there was many things happening that made it not happening, right? And since I didn't know exactly what to do, I had to find out the hard way. And so I had to go up and then go down multiple times. And now that I am 35 years old, I realize I could have done better, of course. We always think that way. But some things you cannot truly avoid from happening. It has to happen so that you learn a new way to overcome it and outsmart it and become more intelligent. That's how we are. We are made in that way. And so if I take with that wisdom and that, as in that philosophy, that means we have to realize that 35 is the age where you have to put everything on the table and say, hey, what's going to be from now on? Because you're not getting any younger, right? So that's what we do from 20 to 30. That's until 28, maybe 25 years old. From there, we already start to age. But the most visible is 28 to 30. That's when I started to get some white hairs on my beard. I started to notice some few white hairs on the head. I started to feel my energy is not the same, even though I have a high testosterone. It's starting to decrease. I no longer have this energy of, hey, I'm going to travel the whole world and then I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That's when I was 20s. But on the 30s, everything is much more, has to be like wise, has to be well thought. I have like two, 3, 4 times thought on that. So I take a step behind and really think about it multiple times. See all the points, see the side effects, see the negative points, see the positive point. But when we are 20, it's like, yeah, let's go, mans. And so that energy is gone. Okay, I'm a father of family. I take care of my family and everything. So everything's changed, right? And now these next steps, until I'm 40, I don't want to do exactly what I'm doing right now because I don't have the same energy and I won't have the same energy that I have right now. It's just going to decrease from now on. I already take care of my diet. I take care of everything. And I'm still sure that I need to work on these things like for real. Like 35 is for real. Because if I'm doing this by myself in terms of achieving financial freedom, I cannot count on anybody. I don't have anybody that I can count on because I came from such poor background. And so I have nobody to rely on other than God. And so I really have to take this seriously because whatever I do from now on has to put me on the path to financial freedom. What is financial freedom? Financial freedom has many meanings. For you could be in a way, and for me could be another way. But in talking about like in general, is pretty much you only work if you really like to work, right? But you already have the sufficient means to be free. So either you work for passion because you really enjoy, but not because you need. So that's what I understand, what I see as a financial freedom is when you don't have to work because you need to. You only work because you really like and want to do it for passion, for love, to care, whatever, to learn, that you truly enjoy. And yes, there could be some work to do. For example, if I'm on YouTube and I still have a channel, but as long as you are enjoying. Now, if you have to do something forced, that's no longer financial freedom. Yeah, it could come a few things that you have to handle. Of course, in life is never perfect, but not the highest percentage, right? So financial freedom in a way that you feel mostly free and you still have the financial means to support your life and to be hassle-free and needless-free. So you are not forced to be, right? And so being 35, you have to realize that from now on, you only have 5 years to settle down. Of course, you could have the next years, but it's going to be so much harder because your energy is decreasing. There's nothing you can do about that other than just taking care of yourself. And from now on, you no longer have the same energy as 20s. It's only going to decrease. And you already have the wisdom of 30 and 40 almost. I feel like I already have the wisdom of 40 because of my life experiences. But, of course, when I reach there, I'm going to have even more wisdom, right? But that's my last... I no longer like to do the same things I was doing before. I already feel saturated. I already feel tired, fatigued. Like, not in terms of body. I can go work out for 2 hours and I'm good. But if I have to do certain work that I have been doing for 10 years, for the sakes of I have to make money, instead of having money work for me, that's the problem. Because I cannot put the same work input as I'm putting right now when I'm already 40. In 5 years, I cannot imagine myself still doing this when I'm 40, when I'm 50. No, I have to achieve financial freedom. And so that's why I made this video for you. You have to realize that you have to try whatever it takes before you reach 40 to achieve financial freedom. Afterwards, you're going to be already settled pretty much. There's not much more energy for you to play around. And so that's why it's the most important age ever for a man. For a woman, I think the most important age is 25. Because if you're 25 and you are a woman and you are watching this, 25 years old should be your most important age. Even though your wisdom might not be of the highest, but women tend to grow much faster and higher than men in earlier ages. That's why they can only get pregnant to a certain time. They can only maintain their beauty and their youth until a certain time, while men age like wine, right? So that's why me and my wife, my twin flame, we have a 10-year gap. So she's 10 years younger than me. I met her when she was 18. And this gives the most. So when I'm start to have some like aging kinda, I'm still like aging like a wine while she's still, So I think this is the perfect gap, 10 years. Maybe 15 years, but that's already a stretch. And yeah, that's the most important age ever, because women have to decide if they're gonna be have a family, right? Have kids. They have to have them before 30. Yeah, they can have them after 30, but it's no longer the same, because you have to notice that you're not going to have the same energy. You're going to decrease much faster than a man. You're not going to have the same patience as you had as younger. If you're going to be a family mother, right? Or you're going to be just an independent woman. That's all those things that you have to think about. And then men don't like to pick up women that already have more than 30. So yeah, you have to handle life much faster than a man. But a man has to support everything in terms of, hey, I bring security, I bring stability, I bring, the male energy into the house and everything. So it's like, it's the base, it's the ground floor. It's what keeps everything like on ground and stable, right? And women, they have to do everything 10 years earlier than a man. Everything. And they have to decide their path way faster than a man. If they are just fucking around and playing around, they're gonna be in a very bad terms. So it's up to you to put everything on the table and realize, hey, I have to wake up and change. And whatever you didn't do before, try it. Of course, if you are a family, you're already in a family, already have kids, already everything, and you have to take on a journey that's completely gonna stretch you out of your means and family and leave behind. No, that's really, really, really very hard. Like, that's very hard. I would do that only until 30 years old. After that, if you are in a family, that's really, really hard already. If you have your own kids and stuff, that's really hard. But sometimes you have to do it. Sometimes you have to take your whole family to another country, to whatever. Sometimes it's the way it has to be, for the sakes of achieving your dreams. But that's why I say you have to start waking up when you are 25. You can fuck around in your early 18, 10, 18, 20, 22. Then after that, start to work. Like boom, boom, boom. I see a lot of young people right now so successful. I wish I was like that back then. But we are in different times right now with all this online. That was not even YouTube or social media. Nobody cared. I grew up without a phone, right? So it's like I'm from this generation, right? So yeah, that's why I want you to wake up already. Start waking up on 25, and your last call, 30, you have to really be like, hey, let's go. I have to work for this. No, don't take any shit from anybody. And by 35, it's your last call. It's like, hey, from now on, is this working or not? No, I have to make it work. And no fuck around,